gonna change the world, change the world, change the world, yeah.
Hello, my name is Tim Storey, and this is Sally Colon-Petree. Hi, Sally.
Hi, Tim.
And they're watching us in red today.
We're ready for the holidays. Hey.
But once again, we coordinated on purpose.
We did. And we prepared for what's about to come because
Yes.
when this show airs, we're like a week before Christmas. So so we just prepared for that.
So you know what I'm loving? This show is getting such great feedback. I get so many of my buddies saying, I didn't know you guys were on there. And the title of the show is Sally's Idea, Celebrate Transformation. And tell us once again why you came up with that title.
I mean, it's my testimony, me celebrating my own transformation from 4 years ago and understanding what that is. Biblically, the Bible says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that was me. I became transformed by renewing my mind. And I thought, you know what? I think a lot of people are going to be on this journey soon in their life. So let's do a show to help ramp up to that.
I love that. So we're in the middle of the holidays and going into the new year. So Sally, today we're going to help prepare people to have a fantastic year.
I'm excited.
We still believe that that's possible. So our scripture today is Isaiah 46, verse 9. It says, remember the former things, those of long ago. And then God says, I am God. There's no other like me. He says, I make known the end from the beginning. And then he says, I make known what is yet to unfold. And Sally, I love that part that God says, I know. So he knows what is yet to unfold in your life. Doesn't that give you a sense of security?
Yeah. I mean, it makes me go,
yes.
Right.
Because he knows what is yet to unfold. And so I say the same, and Sally, I want us to dialogue about it, that sometimes people fold before they have unfolded. So in the game poker, if you don't like your hand, you could say, I don't like it. I fold. And I think that many times in friendships, challenges happen and people fold. Relationships, even with our brothers or sisters, they irritate us and we fold. Relationships with our parents sometimes fold. Business partners fold. Tell me about this idea of folding too fast before it's unfolding.
Listen, I'm actually in the process of living because and we'll go back to this. I hate that we keep going back to this, but where I am right now in my dating life. Yeah. It's so easy to fold on one little thing that triggers you about a guy. And you're like, I'm done. That's it. I don't want to go any further. I'm folding. This is not what I wanted him to say, blah, blah, blah. So for me, that's where I'm living what you're saying, that folding too soon. That's exactly where I am right now in my dating life.
Okay, but that's totally fair. So as you know, part of what I do is I life coach people.
Yes.
So there's different areas of your life. So let's go through them real quick. There's your physical, your physical body. I feel like a lot of people are folding before they've unfolded.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to tell you guys, stop acting like you're old when you're only 30. 30 is not old, 40 is not old, 50 is not old, 60 is not old, 70 is not old, 80 is not old, 90 is getting kind of old.
Okay. I agree.
Okay, so physically, talk to us, Sally, about how tempting it is for people just to go, man, I got out of shape during COVID. I'm just going to leave myself this way.
Well, I think, with Thanksgiving just passing a week ago, right? I think that people are like, well, you know what? I gained weight Thanksgiving. Christmas is coming up. What's the point of even working out? Because I'm just going to eat a bunch during Christmas anyway. So I'm just going to fold.
Wow.
I'm going to fold. I'm going to get through the holidays. And January 1st, 2021 is when all the memberships for the gyms go up.
Yeah.
Different right now because I don't even know if they're going to be open during this COVID. But that is the number one, that week, the first week of January is when the gym membership goes up because we all go, we're folding from November 24th through January 1st. We're all going to fold.
Okay, that's super powerful. And to quote Dr. Phil, how's that working for you people that are watching right now?
How's that
work? You feel even more bloated.
Right.
And then you feel more guilty.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's almost like going on a crash diet. Mm-hmm. You are going in that mode January first week and trying to do too much too quick. Right. So let's keep going on folding. Mm-hmm. So some people fold physically.
Yeah.
Some people fold with their family.
Yeah.
Let's talk about family folding for a second. Mm. Man, I remember going to Thanksgiving a long time ago, and my family was in a funky place.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing all this funk. And I thought, oh my gosh, my family got funky. Like, this is my family.
Wow.
Okay. But that only happened really 1 year. It's like everybody was just going through terrible things.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So as for all you that are watching, you cannot fold on your family while they're still unfolding. Don't give up on your son. Don't give up on your daughter. Don't give up on your husband. Don't give up on your wife. Don't give up on yourself. Tell us why that's so important, Sally.
Listen, everyone is going through something, right?
Yeah.
And we never know the depth of what someone is going through. And a lot of times people are just not in a place where they feel comfortable opening up. Some people don't know how to yet. They don't have the tools in how to even open up, right? Because they're afraid, because something happened to them as a child. They stop trusting, whatever that is. For us as family, obviously God created us all to have our family units, right? And so to God, our family units, he put us there. He put us in those families for a reason, right? So I think we all play a role in our family life, right? There's always the matriarch, which I'm assuming you're probably that in your family. For me, the matriarch is my older sister, Irma, and we all know that, right?
Yes.
So whatever the energy is that comes from her, that then trickles down to all of us.
Yes.
So really, the matriarch is the one that sets the pace. So you want to make sure that the matriarch is doing well.
Hey, this is pretty good. I like that.
Yeah, because if the matriarch's not doing well, the rest of us sort of fall into that with them.
Okay, so we're talking about Isaiah 46, verse 9. It says, remember the former things, those of long ago. I am God, there is no other. He says, I make known the end from the beginning, and then I will show you of things yet to come. So Sally and I are talking today that there are beautiful things that are yet to come, even next year, 2021. Now, so we talked about this before this show. Does this coming year make you intimidated, frustrated, or motivated?
100% motivated. And here's why. And that's not always.
I want to hear.
Let me get something real quick. So every year, and this is something that I think everyone should do, but it's up to everyone how they process, right? So I put together a goal for the year. And usually it's anywhere from 10 to 15, things. And for me, if I get through half of that, I'm successful. I have succeeded for that year, right? So like this year, I had 15 things on my goals. You can kind of see what they are.
I don't know if we want to see them all.
No. I'm not going to. That's why it was like a quick, 15 things. And out of the 15, 10 of those I accomplished. 10. So for me, going into 2021, what I do is I take the 5 that I didn't accomplish, which is okay. I'm okay with myself for that. I bring them into 2021, add 10 more, and then I keep it moving.
Okay, now this is a big deal.
Yeah.
Because your goals are not small.
No, they're not.
Okay, so the Bible says, let another man praise you, not your own lips. So let me just tell you a little bit about her. So she does documentaries, but she does them at a high level. And she packs out theaters. Then she does all this humanitarian work with places like the Dream Center. So then I see her over there running around doing stuff. And then she's a super mom. Like, she's like the best mother that I know. She's out of this world. I'm not done. I'm not done. Then she is in real estate. She's out there looking at houses, shifting houses around.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not done. Now she's live coaching.
Yeah.
She live coaches. I'm not done. She speaks.
Oh.
She has a show on this platform, right?
Yeah.
And now you might even have another one on this platform.
Right. Which we'll tell you about later.
Yeah, 33 million people follow us on this platform.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, well, I'm not done yet.
Oh my gosh. My heart is pounding right now, I swear.
Yeah. Then she used to be involved in jewelry.
Yes.
She'd be texting me, hey, got a Rolex.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so
funny.
But so you aim high.
Yeah.
And you're so feisty.
Me.
You claw, you
I'm always climbing.
You find your way up.
I do find my way up. And it's interesting that you just went through all of that, okay? Because one thing that we did for Thanksgiving that was really awesome, my sister Vanessa, who she's very, very crafty. She has an Etsy page and all that. She's like, I have this great idea. We're going to make these bracelets, right? And in order to find the word for the bracelet, what we're going to do is we're going to go around and say one word about each person. So like you get to me and everyone says one word of how they see you, right?
Yeah.
In your family, which is important because your family knows you mainly, more than anyone.
Yes.
So my word, and I can't say the whole thing on here, but from both of my sisters said the same thing. You are kick ass.
Yes, I get it. Yes.
And I was like blown away that my sisters see me that way. And it did something for me. It did something to me that gave me a sense of confidence of, I know that about myself, but to hear someone else say it, especially someone that I loved so much, my two sisters, like blew my mind. And so I do see myself that way. And I don't know any other way. I've been that way since I was a little squirt. I've always been that girl that's like, I'm going for it. And I'm still going for it. But with all of that comes a lot of anxiety too. I mean, just if we're being authentic and honest, because there's always pressure to rise above the last thing you did. My last documentary was successful. If, I'm doing a second one right now. What if it's not as successful? There's that pressure of like having to beat yourself at something. So you're like almost competition with yourself to rise above the last thing you did.
I like what you're saying. So let's go back to something, Sally. I gave you three choices. I said, are you intimidated, frustrated, or motivated by this coming year?
Yeah.
You said motivated.
Motivated. Absolutely.
Okay. Give me two reasons why.
Number one, I'm really super excited about my life coaching business. I feel like this year, 6 months ago, I decided this is what I feel God is calling me to do, to become a life coach, because there's so many hurting people. And, part of that, the impetus for that was my dad's passing and just some of the struggles. And so I felt like God was like, this is what you're doing next. And I signed up for a coaching school, and I'm almost graduating, in a couple weeks. And so 2021, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be life coaching, and I'm super stoked, super happy to meet people.
Good.
And so I'm super motivated to learn and grow and hand tools.
So that is a goal about
number one
project. But here's what I want for the second. Give me a spiritual reason while you are excited about the future.
Oh my gosh. Spiritual reason. Give me like what? Like, what do you mean?
No, because God has promised it, because God has been speaking to you, because you're very connected to God.
I
You
am.
love worship.
Yes,
You
I
love
do.
the word.
Yeah.
You're in church every Sunday.
Mhm.
So give me like something you feel like God has spoken to you in your spirit about.
I mean, I think 2021 for me, and I know God. I grew up, since 6 years old, I
Yeah.
asked God into my life. But I feel like 2021, my relationship with the Lord is going to be even stronger because I feel like I'm finally living in that space that God created me to live in.
See, I like that answer.
Yeah, yeah. Because I've been over here, and I feel like I'm finally in the space that God's like, you're finally listening to me. Like
Ooh.
this is where I've been trying to get you to, but here you are now.
Okay,
And
so I'm going to give you 2 words. So I think you are mixing doing, because you're a doer,
Mhm.
and now you are becoming also a dweller
Ooh,
in the things of God.
ooh,
And that is what God seeks, is dwellers.
that's so
Yes. See,
good.
God said about David, he's a man after my own heart.
Aw,
In other words, he's a dweller.
yeah.
In Psalms 103, watch this. The children of Israel wanted to know the miracles of God, but Moses wanted to know his ways.
Wow.
Moses was a dweller.
Okay.
Watch this. The Apostle Paul, Galatians 1:11. He said, I did not go to Jerusalem with the rest of the disciples, but
Mhm.
instead I stayed in the desert. But in the desert, I got a firsthand revelation of who Jesus is.
Oh, wow.
So the Apostle Paul was a dweller. So doers only go so far.
Yeah.
Dwellers go more than enough.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, I love that. I love that. And you're right. I am more of a dweller now. And I'm okay being there because
Yeah.
there's so much more understanding in the space of dwelling.
Yes.
Like I see more, I hear more, I process more, I experience more in that place of dwelling. I
Now,
love
for you that are
that.
dwellers, send me
Yes.
some emojis. I love emojis. So if you love what we just talked about, there's some people that are just doers
Yeah.
and some people that are dwellers, but you could be a doer and a dweller. A
Right.
dweller is to connect with God,
Yeah.
to dwell in God. Isaiah 40:31. They that wait upon the Lord, they
Mm.
shall renew their strength. Come
Mm.
on, people.
You hear more too when you dwell. Like you hear more, right? When you're in the dwelling space. So
Yeah.
you catch more. I feel like when we're always doers, we miss out on a lot of things.
See, people think that I am more of a doer, but I'm not. I'm more of a dweller.
Oh, you're a dweller. I agree with that.
I'm a dweller, and that's where the revelation comes.
Mm-hmm.
And the revelation, therefore, changed a lot of people. Like, for instance, I'll give you an example. When I downloaded the idea of turning your setbacks to comebacks, don't sit, settle, or cement yourself.
Mm-hmm.
While you're feeling the sting of your setback, God is preparing your comeback. Little did I know that one day that'd be on Oprah Winfrey's lap, and she'd be speaking it to the world
Amazing.
about the message of the comeback. And little did I know that the comeback would take me into a moniker that they call me the comeback coach to the world. I did not see that coming, but I got that in dwelling. I got it in dwelling.
Right. And not to mention, by the way, that you are an author. You have a brand new book, which we should definitely talk about right now. Miracle Mentality. Like,
Thank you.
where did the idea of that come from? Your new book.
Yeah. So one of the things that I did is that in my travels, I always used to journal.
Mm.
And I remember one time writing, I said, I think people live in these categories: the mundane,
Mhm.
the messy,
Mm.
the madness,
Mm.
and the miraculous.
Oh, wow.
And what I found is that the more I traveled, 75 countries of the world I've been to now, I noticed that most people live mundane lives.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just in America. I saw it in Paris. I saw it in Venice, Italy. I saw it all over the world. That the longer I was there, I saw that there were a lot of people going through the motions. And so I began to dialogue with people about how life was in their country. And Sally, they would talk a lot about it's mundane, it's mundane, it's mundane.
Wow.
But yet a lot of us, we fantasize about like, ooh, we're going to go to Paris and see the Eiffel Tower. But yet there's people in that country that were stuck in a mundane life. Okay. The other thing that happens is the messy. The messy is usually caused two ways. One, you created the mess.
Right.
Two, somebody else created the mess for you.
Yes.
And so whether you created your own mess by bad choices or somebody else created the mess because of an attack against you or whatever they did to harm you, still I saw the mess. And I found that most people did not know how to get through the mess. Now, watch how cool this was. I began to write, I think people are trying to put miracles on top of their mess.
Wait, how does that work?
So watch this. I'd go to church and you'd see people that maybe were just going through a lot of messy things in their life.
Right.
But yet they were trying to just get a miracle to somehow get on their mess.
Okay.
To make their life at least tolerable.
Okay, got it.
But I believe that we need to deal with the mundane, deal with the mess. Watch this. Deal with the madness and make room for the miracles.
Oh, I love that.
Miracles need their own space.
Oh, wow. See?
Miracles are not just to come on your mess. Miracles need their own room.
Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. I'm going back to what I said last week about my closet. My closet was a mess.
Okay.
And when I started to clean out and unpack my closet of all my traumas and childhood, all the stuff I went through, I feel like it was cleaned out and then the miracle was able to come in.
Okay, now you see that. Now, here's the deal. When you did the cleaning on your closet,
yes,
you literally saw there's room for something else to arrive.
Yes.
Some people don't wait for the miracle because they don't think there's any room for the miracle to even arrive.
Wow. See, obviously we're talking metaphorically for those of you that are like, what are they talking about? But
This is brilliant, actually.
No, I love it. I do want to go back to one thing because I think it's important for us to go back there. Why do you think people get stuck in the mundane?
Well, I think the mundane has to happen. I mean, mundane to me is I throw my trash on certain days. Mundane is I don't want to go to the DMV. They have bad lighting.
I've never heard anyone say that before.
They do. The mundane is, Tim, don't forget your mask.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's the mundane. So, so I would say that every day of your life, about 50% of your life is going to be the mundane.
Right.
And sometimes that's picking up your kids from school, dropping off your kids from school, could be the mundane. It's the messy that we really have to clean up on a daily basis.
Okay, got it.
Because the more you let that mess fester,
right,
it just begins to grow and grow and grow and grow. It's like somebody who doesn't mow their lawn for a period of time. You know, it's easier if you cut it while it's short.
Okay.
And so I find that people let the mess grow and grow and grow and grow and grow.
Right.
And then it doesn't look like there's any room for the miracle. So in my new book called Miracle Mentality that they can get at timstorey.com, I teach them how to make room for miracles. That's what I did in my own life. And that's when miracles begin to happen. I made room.
You made room. Okay. Because you know how people say, like, don't get stuck in the mundane, right? We've heard that over and over growing up. Don't get stuck in the mundane. But mundane is we can't get out of. We can't get away.
Like I said, it's about 50% of your life. I mean, I've worked with probably 7 psychologists and 1 psychiatrist on this way of thinking and several theologians. Mundane is just part of life. Yeah. Like I don't want to go get gasoline.
Right.
I don't want to go change my tires. Right.
Right.
Okay. So that there's things that you have to do that are maintenance that are life. So if that's 50% of my day,
right,
that's okay. So I want to be excellent even in my mundane. And if I'm excellent in my mundane, it's going to be hard for my life to get messy.
Got it. Okay. So I want to do, I love all of that is amazing, but it's you. So, I'm not surprised. So, people that are watching right now, I would love, and I don't think we've done this before, but I would love to, the thing that you asked me, can you ask it again? But I want to hear what the audience has to say about going into 2021.
Yeah.
Are they blank, blank, or blank? And I want to see some of the answers. And because we're going to be live with you guys answering some of your questions.
Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so the choices are, so we're heading into 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we had a pandemic that hit us that we really knew about in March of 2020.
Yes.
So most of us have been quarantined for a long time.
Yes.
Okay, because people watch from all over the world.
Yeah.
So the idea is, are you intimidated about this coming year?
Mm-hmm.
Are you frustrated, like, I'm not ready? Or are you motivated, like, bring it on?
Mm-hmm.
So in the comments, I want you to tell Sally and I, are you intimidated, frustrated, or motivated about 2021? And then for some of you, I want to know why.
Why? Yeah.
Why? And then when we watch the show together with you, we will comment back and forth. But are you intimidated? Are you frustrated? Or are you motivated? Now, let me tell you one reason to be motivated. So I'm going to finish this Isaiah 46, and then we have about 4 minutes left. It says this. It says, my purpose will stand. This is what God says. What I have said, that will I bring about. That is so powerful.
So good.
God says, what I said, I will bring about. Okay? So it's not like back in my day, someone would say, oh my gosh, we got tickets to the Dodger game. I'll go, really? And they go, yeah, we want to take you. And I go, really? And then they go, psych.
I did not like that as a child. I did not like that.
Okay. But this is to show my Latin culture. And you won't even get this one because this goes way back.
Yeah.
Because my mother's Spanish.
Yeah.
So in my neighborhood, it was mixed, right? So they would say, Timmy, man, did you hear that? And they'd tell me this great news. And I go, really? And then they go, which meant like, no. Like, not.
I remember that. Absolutely.
Like not. So God does not say, you're the head and not the tail. No weapon formed against you shall prosper.
That would be funny and weird.
Now you're about to get the man of your dreams.
I love that. Oh my gosh.
All right. So he says, what I have said, I will do. How does that fire you up?
I mean, first of all, before I answer that, I do want to give a shout out to your mom.
My mother's so awesome.
I know she's watching right now. And I just love all of the videos when you put her up on Instagram, and she's so wise. And I just love hearing every word that comes out of her mouth. What, Vestecita, how do you say her name?
Yeah, you said it perfect, like Vesentita. So she's Vesentita Gonzalez. My mother's Spanish. And my mother's will be 90 March 1st.
Wow.
And listen to this.
Sharp.
She is sharp.
So sharp.
Just watches stuff.
Just nothing gets past her.
She's a fan of yours, though.
I love your mom.
And she watches this show, just so you know.
Oh,
she watches every week. My mother watches every week.
Really?
Yes, every week.
And why haven't we given her a shout out before today?
I don't know, but she loves you. She thinks you're beautiful.
Yes.
Sally's so beautiful. Sally's so wonderful. Yeah, she loves you.
Gracias.
All right, Sally, take us home.
Okay.
On this show, and let's do our conclusion. Take us home.
Absolutely. So, you learned a lot on this show, and I can't wait to see some of your comments. But I would say going into before 2021, make your list, set your goals. The Bible says in Habakkuk 2:2, write it down, make it plain. So write down your goals, because if you don't have goals, you're going to go into 2021. It's just going to be the same. You know what I mean? Let's make it different. Don't go into 2021 the same as 2020. All right. And then we're going to pause after this show today. We're going to pause for a couple of weeks, go on a little hiatus for a couple of weeks, and come back strong in 2021. So make sure, I know you're not going to see us for 2 weeks, but come back with us. Come back strong the first week of January. We're going to have some powerful shows. We've loved being with you in 2021. We've loved being on this platform, Jesus Daily, and partnering with them. So thank you, Jesus Daily, for giving us a platform to use all our tools that God has created for us. Make sure you check out Tim's book, Miracle Mentality, on timstorey.com. And if you're looking for a life coach, we are here to serve you. You can actually send a message right here on Jesus Daily, or find us on Instagram. All the information is below. Thank you so much. Have the most incredible holiday season. Have the most incredible new year. And we will see you back the first week of January. Thank you all for watching. We love you. We'll see you next time on Celebrate Transformation.
I'm gonna change the world.